Selma Murphy.
Brian Kearney.
Kimberly Garza.
Amanda Cox.
Ashley Murphy.
I would like to ask you to close your eyes for a moment. With your eyes closed, you can't see what's going on, nor can you see what lies ahead. There is no light, just darkness. If I asked you to walk forward with your eyes closed, you would probably hesitate and feel unsafe doing so. This is the life of a child who has been orphaned. There is no definite future, no roots, and walking forward without knowing what lies ahead is not a choice for them. It is an unsatisfying existence. According to thirdworldorphans.org, last accessed April 23, 2015, every day 5,760 children become orphaned. As a future teacher, the need to understand this special population is vital, but the need to do something to decrease this special population is much greater. You inhabit a country that is filled with children with a bleak tomorrow, who are orphaned with no choice. The question is, will you do anything to prevent this ongoing dilemma? Every day, a child is born into circumstances completely out of their control, causing them to become orphaned with no choice. But as citizens of a free country, we have the choice to change their lives, the choice to adopt and or contribute to this growing cause. In order to give you the ability to fully grasp the reality and severity of this growing issue, I will raise your awareness regarding this issue plaguing our country and countries around us, provide you with ways in which you can make a difference, and explain how the outcome of your decision can better the future and our world. Children who are born into or inherit the lack of parental guidance needed to thrive are negatively and detrimentally affected, and so is the country they inhabit. The mental state of a parentless child is greatly affected. These are the brains of 2 3-year-old children. The one on the right is that of a normal, healthy child. The one on the left is that of a Romanian orphan who's been sensory deprived or deprived of touch. The brain on the right is much smaller and has large ventricles in it, or holes in the brain, and has a much smaller cortex, which is the area that surrounds the brain. According to LiveScience.com, last accessed April 24, 2015, any time spent in an orphanage or foster care system shrinks the volume of gray matter or brain cell bodies and results in a lower quality of brain activity. Social interactions of orphan children are also tainted. The socially active, normal child in comparison to the withdrawn child who is parentless. According to Dispatch.com, last accessed April 24, 2015, a 10-year-old child who has been orphaned or neglected might have the social skills of a 5-year-old, the speech and language capability of an 8-year-old, and the self-regulation of a 2-year-old. The emotional state of a parentless child is also greatly affected. They tend to be depressed, and the depression comes from a lack of love and consistency in their lives. Stress comes from the uncertainty of what tomorrow holds. Due to the emotional and mental effects that come from being orphaned, an obscure future lies ahead. According to skywardjourney.wordpress.com, last accessed April 23, 2015, of the 15,000 orphans aging out of state-run institutions every year, 10% commit suicide, 5,000 are unemployed, 6,000 are homeless, and 3,000 are in prison within 3 years. 60% of girls become prostitutes, and 70% of boys become hardened criminals. Now that I've explained that the problem is not only in the number of orphans that exist, but in the effect that being orphaned has on their lives and the lives of others, I'll provide you with solutions and ways in which you can make a difference. A big change can only come by making big choices. One of the greatest choices you can make is to adopt. By adopting, you can instill love and hope in a child that would have never felt that before, and you can instill a successful future that they would have never experienced. You can directly make a difference by committing to change through philanthropy. You can volunteer your time and become a court-appointed special advocate and give these children a voice. You can donate to funds like the Gift of Adoption Fund and provide other families with funds to be able to adopt if you're not ready to. You can mentor through organizations like Heart for Orphans, mentor teenage orphans who don't have role models, and you can become that for them. You can become a foster parent, and more information about foster parenting is available through the National Foster Parent Association. Now that you understand how you can make a difference in the future of these children and begin a decline in these growing statistics, I'll provide you with a brief explanation on what benefits can come from adoption and or devoting efforts to this growing cause. Not only does adoption and contributing to the adoption community create a level of mental and emotional wellness for the adopted child, but it also helps provide a better society, country, and a better world. Through your compassion, change will happen. By becoming a CASA volunteer, you can give these children a voice. You can give them hope. Through foster parenting, you can change their future because your love is priceless. Adoption converts a troubled child into a hopeful one and a bleak future into a brighter one. By adopting, you can convert that emotionally and mentally unstable child into a happy one. You can convert that unemployed or homeless adult into a college graduate or a successful employee. You can convert a suicidal teenager into one that embraces life. And you can convert that hardened criminal into a philanthropist who gives back to the community because you gave back to him. You have been made aware of the growing issue of parentless children in the world, have been given solutions on ways that you can make a difference, and understand how choices for change can benefit the world we live in. Children need guidance, love, and support, and without this they are lost, unsure, and hopeless. According to showhope.org, last accessed April 25, 2015, every 15 seconds a child in Africa becomes orphaned. Every 2.2 seconds, another orphan ages out with no family to belong to and no place to call home. At the beginning of this presentation, I asked you to close your eyes, but now I'm asking you to truly open them. There is a world of children who need your help. Give them a hope for the future that they've never known and a love from your heart that they've never felt. Make the choice today to make a difference and be the change that this world needs.